Lots of students struggled with this tricky geometric sequence question which came up in one of the GCSE Maths higher papers. Let's take a look, and it's for 5 marks. We've got y minus 4, y add 2, 3y add 1, which are consecutive terms of a geometric sequence. We need to find the possible values of y. Well, we know with a geometric sequence, there's a common ratio that gets us from the first term to the second term, from the second term to the third term, and so on. So if we write this out, we've got y minus 4, y add 2, 3y add 1. And again, let's put in our common ratio. Now, if we take a look at what we have to do to get to the second term, we're taking that y minus 4, multiplying it by r, and that's going to leave us with our second term of y plus 2. If we rearrange this, we get r equal to y plus 2 over y minus 4. Now let's take a look at the second and third term. Well, if we multiply that second term of y plus 2 by r, we're going to be left with the third term of 3y add 1. If we rearrange this, we get r equal to 3y add 1 over y add 2. We can now see we've got two values for r, so we can make these equal and solve for y. So we've got y plus 2 over y minus 4 equals 3y plus 1 over y plus 2. We can now go ahead and cross multiply to remove these fractions. So we've got y plus 2 times by y plus 2 on one side, and that's equal to 3y add 1 times by y minus 4. Let's go ahead now and expand this out. Well, y times by y is y squared. We've got add 2y, add 4. And on the other side, we've got 3y times by y, which is 3y squared. 3y times by minus 4, which is minus 12y. 1 times by y, which is y. And 1 times by minus 4, which is minus 4. Now let's go ahead and add together the like terms to be left with this here. And what we now want to do is get all of our terms onto one side of the equation and make it equal to 0 so that we can solve for y. So let's start by subtracting y squared from both sides. We're then going to go ahead and subtract 4y from both sides. And then finally, we're going to go ahead and subtract that 4 from both sides. This then is going to leave us with 2y squared minus 15y minus 8 equaling 0. Now we've got a quadratic which we can solve. And to solve this, we're going to take that 2 and multiply it by our minus 8, and that gives us minus 16. So we're looking for a factor pair of minus 16 that adds together to give us minus 15. And we can see that's going to be minus 16 and 1. So let's separate our minus 15y into these two factors. So we've got 2y squared minus 16y, add y minus 8 equals 0. We're now going to split this between the two factors, and we're factorising both sides, taking out the highest common factor. So we can take out 2y here, and we're left with y minus 8 inside the brackets. And we can take out 1 here, and we're left with y minus 8 inside the other bracket, and that's equal to 0. As we've got repeated brackets, we can take that out. We're left with y minus 8, and then in the second bracket, we've got 2y add 1 equaling 0. Now, as this equals 0, either this bracket here equals 0, so y must have a value of 8, or this bracket here equals 0, so y must have a value of minus 1/2.